Hi, my name is Sandy Lancelot, and I want to share a part of a story of a parent who had raised a son who entered into the world of addiction. His name is Colin Lancelot, and he is actually my stepson. And he came to live with us when he was about 17. He became seriously addicted to fentanyl. The street for him at the time, the cheaper option, of course, from the opioids he had started with was heroin and fentanyl. Anyway, the part of the story I wanted to share is what it really felt like as a step parent and as a parent too, because Colin and I were and are very close. What had happened is and this just may help someone, we all have different walks and we all have different challenges, but the idea is there really is hope. The short story I wanted to share with you is that Colin came to live with us when as an addict. So he was about 17, bright guy, functional addict, working two jobs. A lot of people wouldn't even know. But to fast forward years later, just to let you know how serious it was, his closest friends, about five of them, are no longer with us. They did OD. So we didn't know at the time. We felt broadsided, his dad and I, because we didn't know that world. And I'm sure there's many parents out like that are just like that. So when he came to live with us, one of the things that we discovered, like the hard way, is that an addict kind of finds any kind of crack in the relationship. And although his dad and I had a really great relationship, we still do, he had convinced him that myself and my daughter, who was living here at the time, um, were spying on him. You know, the addict, they want to survive the reptilian part of their brain. And so we didn't really have any power. I, as a stepmom, because his dad traveled a lot for business, I really didn't have any power. Colin, Joe wasn't sure what was going on. He's trying to find his way. And one day in particular, and this is the short story I wanted to share, was Colin. I went in, he was still sleeping. And sometimes you think, well, that's normal as a teenager. But this time I thought it's 1 o'clock. He's still not getting up. I called him. He wouldn't answer. I phoned him. He didn't answer. And I'm scared. I'm thinking, is he alive or is he dead? And so I'm knocking on his door, no answer, no answer. And I call his dad, and his dad doesn't know anything about it. So I just keep knocking. And of course, the anxiety, the worry, the fear is growing. And then all of a sudden, Colin answers the door and Joe phones me. So Colin doesn't answer me at first. He phones his dad, So there's that just sneaky little way of, okay, I'll talk to my dad, but I'm not going to talk to you kind of thing. Even though we had a good relationship, I know it doesn't make sense, but that's what happened. And I just thought, I can't function without any power, without any hope in being able to help. I'm the one that's here. And so that was one of those wake up moments. I'm happy to say that, and we are humbled by it, that Colin has been clean for 10 years. He is now pastoring and giving back. He started giving back to youth. His passion is addiction. And so we happen to have a success story, but we know those moments when we didn't see the end. And maybe you're in the midst of that. Maybe you've gone through that. But there is hope. And I just hope there we go again, that beautiful word hope, gives a little bit of hope to you. And thank you for listening to my story.
Thank you